Good morning, welcome to another vlog. Quite a busy day today, so I've got something at the union this evening, and I've also got to vote for the local elections today. Before that, I'm probably going to go and get some breakfast, and then probably just get on with some revisions. So I've just done a little bit of civil law revision, just looking at the sources of law, and now we're just heading actually just across the street to the polling station. Voting in the local elections. This is actually the first time that I've voted. After I casted my vote for the first time, I then just did some revision of constitutional law. As you can see, I'm in my formal clothing now. The reason for that is there's a debate on this evening at the Cambridge Union. This house believes that big business is the enemy of morality, and I'm doing guest liaison this week. So that basically means I'm accompanying one of the speakers and her guest, just making sure she gets around. If she needs to take her coat off and hang it somewhere, I help her with that. A bit nervous, because obviously it's the first time I've done it, but hopefully it'll be okay. There's a lot to do, a lot to think about, but I'm sure it'll be fine. The guest liaison actually went quite well. It went quite smoothly. I was nervous because obviously it was the first time of doing something like that. But it pretty much went well. So we first of all took the speakers and their guests to Jesus College, where we had dinner there, and then we came back to the union for the debate, and the debate was really good. So it was, like I said, it was on whether or not this house believes that big business is the enemy of morality, and the speakers were fantastic, really provide different perspectives, different points, different ideas, and there was a lot of input by the audience that was present. And I voted in the I lobby. I voted in favour of the proposition, and then afterwards there was like a little reception, and yeah, it was just a really good night, and I'm pleased that it just went smoothly, and yeah, it was just really good. Probably going to go to bed now. I'll see you in the morning. I think probably today I'll be just getting on with some more revision and just making sure I'm going through my notes and just looking at some exam questions as well. So yeah, that's my plan, and let's get started. So I just got on with some revision for constitutional law, looking at judicial review and the cases for that, and a little bit of revision for civil law. Just done some shopping, and I'll be going for dinner soon, not sure when. I know I'll be going for dinner soon, then probably just be getting on with some more revision afterwards. I've really just been getting on with some tort law revision, looking at the defences, or some of the key defences in the law of tort, so things like contributory negligence and illegality. Probably going to go to bed now because it is getting late. So a new day marks a new day of revision. Probably just get on revising bits and pieces, and maybe go over my notes for the tort supervision that I think I've got next week, and just making sure I've answered all the questions for that and looked at all the cases. Just taking a break for lunch, and then probably just be getting on with some more revision. It's sunny at the moment. It was raining earlier, and then it was sunny again, and I think it was raining again. The weather hasn't exactly been consistent at the moment, but at least it's sunny now. I mainly spent the afternoon just doing, first of all, some revision for constitutional law, including looking at some exam questions from last year's paper. And then after having something for dinner, I just did some revision for civil law, in particular looking at the Roman law of delict. It is getting late now, so I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. So as well as getting on with my revision today, I probably need to look over my supervision notes for next week, in particular looking at my tort law supervision notes and just making sure that they are complete and the questions have been answered. So yeah, that's probably my plan. Get on for more revision and prepare for my supervisions, but also, given that it's Sunday, having brunch as well. So brunch was delicious as always. I've just been doing some revision for civil law. I'm just heading back to my room for a break, and of course there is something that I need to do as well. With another vlog comes another laundry segment. I've got my clothes there. I'll put on the cycle for 40 minutes and probably just have some dinner in the meantime, and then afterwards get on with probably some more revision. Having done the laundry, I came back to my room and I actually fell asleep. To be honest, I feel like I needed that. I've been tired pretty much all day, so I think that was good. It was good to have that. Once I did awake, I just went over my notes for the towards supervision. I know I've been speaking about revision a lot, but it is that time of the academic years, and there's a lot to do. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot to take in and to remember, but I'm enjoying the content, and that's one thing that's motivating me when I'm doing my revision. So one thing I need to do today in particular is to prepare for the criminal law supervision that I've got tomorrow. That's a revision supervision, and we've been split into groups, and we've been set a question to do. Our question is based on the law of attempts and the case known as Pace and Rogers. So we need to obviously message each other to work out how we're going to answer that question. Probably go and get some breakfast now, and then I think a change of location in terms of where I'm going to revise. So maybe instead of the library, I might go to one of the study rooms that they've got. So there's a few study rooms available during the exam period, and I think I probably might use one of those. I'm glad I went into the study room. It was nice and quiet in there actually. It was pretty much just me for most of the morning, which was actually really beneficial. So I was able to get some civil law revision done for delict and some constitutional law revision done for parliamentary sovereignty as well. So I'm glad I went there. I'm probably just going to go to the library for this afternoon. I've just had my lunch. In the library, probably just get on with some more revision for criminal and tort law now. Our group's managed to put an answer together for the question that was said for the criminal law supervision, and that's tomorrow, so at least that's done. And I've been able to do some revision for criminal, looking over the defences of insanity and automatism, and I looked over an exam question as well and identified the issues that were in it. And I also went to Huston's today. The Hustons, so every Easter term there are elections for the HUS, which is the Homerton Union of Students. So different individuals, including many of my friends, have put themselves forward for different positions, and the Hustons was basically an opportunity for them to present themselves and explain why they would be good for the position, and also an opportunity for us to ask them questions about what they would bring. We'll probably go to bed soon. Because I have got 2 supervisions tomorrow, and I've got something at the union as well, so quite a busy day tomorrow. So like I said, I've got quite a busy day today, starting off with my criminal law supervision at 10. This is a revision based supervision, and it'll actually be the last criminal law supervision for this academic year, which I can't believe. So I'm probably just going to get some breakfast and then just make sure I'm ready for that supervision. I mainly just got on with revision for criminal law here at Jesus College. As you can see for my tort supervision, and this supervision is covering the remedies available in tort, so that should be good. And this is the last supervision content-wise. I think we've got a supervision for revision afterwards. So the tort supervision was quite helpful. So like I said, we went through remedies, so just discuss different cases and what we can infer from those cases in relation to remedies and other areas of the law of tort. I've just been sitting in the Roost Cafe here at Jesus, just because I need to be at the Union, but I didn't need to be there until just before 6. So that's why I've just decided to just go there. I'm heading over to the Union. There is a speaker on, Ellie Goulding, the singer, but I'm helping out as a generalist. I'm helping with the events management this week, so I'll be leading the stewards and making sure everything is organised for the speaker.
So the vegetarian community of people that it's like a lifestyle.
So Ellie Goulding was brilliant. She talked about her music career, and she talked about the things that she's been trying to do in relation to climate change, which was quite interesting. In terms of my events management role, yeah, that went pretty much smoothly as well. Luckily we did have a good number of stewards with us, and as well as me, there was someone else doing events management as well. And I may not, I did manage to get a photo with Ellie Goulding, which was just brilliant, amazing. And then I came back to college and just got on with some revision for civil law in the library. Probably go to bed now. Today's mainly going to just be getting on with revision, and I'm going to see how much I can get done. I want to try and get as much done as I can, including also I need to prepare for my supervision that I've got on Friday, which is a revision supervision for constitutional law. I've been getting on with some revision for constitutional law, looking at the rule of law and looking at some exam questions as well. I've just had lunch as well. I'll probably be heading back to the library to get on, probably with some tort supervision firstly, and then probably some criminal and civil law supervision afterwards. I've been actually noting everything down in this growth book. So this is from John Fish. For those who don't know who he is a YouTuber. He does various videos. He's a student at Harvard. I'll provide a link to his channel in the description below. Do make sure you go and subscribe to him. He actually has made his own growth book, this here, and basically it has a section for you to have your schedule. It has a section for goals, a section for motivation. So what I've done is I purchased it from Amazon and I've been using it starting from today. So I've just been looking at private nuisance for tort law and delict for civil law. I've just been to the shops as well to get a few things in. Probably have something for dinner, and there is also... So welcome again to the Law Snapshot segment. This time again we're looking at criminal law, but this time on the law of emissions. So emissions is basically a liability for a failure to act when there's a duty to do so, and that word duty is crucial, and we're going to see why in a moment. But the general rule when it comes to emissions is that there's no liability for an emission. That's the general rule. So for example, if you're walking by a river and it looks like they're about to drown the river, technically if you just walk by and do nothing, you are not necessarily criminally responsible for them. That according to the general rule. There are exceptions to that. So once you've got this general rule that there's no liability for emissions, there are exceptions to that, and that's where this duty element comes into it. So for example, a piece of legislation might say that you have a duty to do to provide something. If you are the father of a child and you lock them in a cupboard and fail to feed them and they die as a result, then you are liable through relationship. So that relationship, that biological relationship between you and your child, is what constitutes the duty to act. Obviously, failure to do that means you are criminally responsible. There are other exceptions. One classic case is the Miller case. So this is where the defendant, having noticed that his mattress was on fire, decided to walk into another room and basically do nothing. And the court held that he was liable for creating a dangerous situation. So he had to take reasonable steps to obviously deal with that situation that he had created. Failing to do so, he was liable for the offence of arson. So the general rule is no liability for emissions, but you have got exceptions to that where there's a duty, whether by statute or whether it's a duty recognised by the common law. And that's just a brief snapshot of the law of emissions. Hope you enjoyed this segment. If you did and you've got any ideas, put them in this, or any questions, put them in the comment section below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next segment. I've mainly just been doing revision for tort law, looking at private nuisance, and some revision for civil law, looking at finishing off on the Roman law of delict. I've just been to the shops as well and had something for dinner. Probably now do some more revision in the library. This time I need to look at something for criminal law, and I do need to have a look at some more exam questions because that was one of the goals I had set myself in my new growth book. So I've just come back to my room from doing some criminal law revision and looking at some exam questions for tort. And I've just been filling in my growth book. As you can see, everything is mostly ticked off. So looking at the schedule section, everything is mostly ticked off apart from breakfast on the morning because I did get up later than I anticipated. But my goals have been achieved, so I set myself to read 10 pages of Sweet Tooth, my book that I'm reading, and I've done that. I've recorded my segment for my vlog, and I've looked at 2 exam questions just now. In terms of my to-do list, that is done as well. So I said I was going to look at some 2018 questions for Friday's constitutional law supervision, and I've done that. And finally, for the end of the day, I've just put something in the happiness section. So I've just put I'm happy that I've been able to stick mostly to my schedule. This has been really helpful just to keep things organised. I'll fill out another one for tomorrow. And with that comes the end of another week and the end of another vlog. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog. I know a lot of it's been revision, but I hope you'll understand with 2 weeks pretty much till my exams, I've got to be doing as much revision as I can. But if you did like the vlog, don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to share the video, don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, leave any comments in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking here. And you can also check out my previous vlog by clicking here. And I hope to see you all in the next vlog.